My inspiration is nature and light. I love capturing the light and light's reflection on nature. This piece right here, I actually did to reflect the reconnecting. The theme of this whole show is Reconnect, and I wanted to just exemplify the fact that we've all been isolated for a year and we're all coming back together. I went to the University of Dayton and I have a fine arts degree. I have been a part of the Contemporary Gallery in Dayton and also the Dayton Society of Artists. I show all over Dayton and I've even participated in some national shows as well. I'm often seen at Chasing Light Gallery, which is here on Main Street in Springboro. I also participate in the Contemporary Gallery and Dayton Society of Artists and often events that they have. You can also find me at amydolanfineart.com and Amy Dolan Art on Facebook and Instagram. I love being here because I see so many familiar faces. In this building, my daughter takes dance. It is also home to this Springboro Community Theater, which is an amazing place, and she and I have also participated in theater there. So I'm so happy that the chamber is here and the city offices are nearby and everyone is so supportive of all the arts in Springboro. Right now I'm working on some commission work and I'm also preparing for the Art Fest, which is August 28th here in Springboro on Main Street. amydolanfineart.com and Amy Dolan Art on Facebook, and Instagram is adolanart.
Well, I brought poetry and weavings and cozies. Well, I just explore with different types of yarn. I think to calm and being creative with it. So for the cozy, those are just I made a pattern over and over again. It's really awesome.
It's always a lot of fun because we love to create together, and I think we inspire each other or we ask each other if we're on the right track, so it's a lot of fun.
It's fun to do it together.
When she was about 21 was when she sort of got interested in the yarn, and I can crochet, I just am not as into it as she is, so I can help her. But she's also left-handed, so we've found some teachers that have helped with the left-handed part. And YouTube is awesome too. But she loves to get creative and branch out on her own. She's also got so much patience with sticking to her project and coming to something that she's totally happy with. And the patience factor is huge. She has wonderful patience. We really enjoy planning and coming up with ideas for displays and things like that. She's a creative one.
Yep. It's going smoothly.
She has also done some things where she's had a tent of a lot of wearables, like baby hats, scarves and things like that. And sometimes we'll focus more on her in a show if it's in a tent like an art fest or something, or we'll focus more on my paintings and then she'll help me. So
it's fun to explore a lot of things.
I have 3 different enamel pieces. This is called Gray's Farm. This is Lichen 2. And I have another enamel piece on the other wall over there that's Lichen 1. It's also enamel. And then I have a bronze lichen piece and a neuron claw wand that's in bronze. Obviously, lichen for several of the pieces. Gray's Farm is very hilly property in Oakwood that in the spring it's full of daffodils and it's just really pretty and relaxing, and I just really like the way the shadows follow the ravine, and it's a very simplified interpretation of the farm. Actually, I've participated in a couple COVID shows. So I guess post-COVID, as far as since we've been vaccinated, yes. But I did show during COVID as well with pieces about COVID. I have a website, TOLAVARR.com. And I'm also on the Detroit Gallery site. That's spelled dutoit.com. It's a gallery up in Dayton at Front Street. So the enamel is finely ground glass, and you fuse it to metal in a kiln, and it's built up in several layers. And then my bronze pieces are done with a lost wax casting method, where you start with wax, you have to invest it in plaster, you melt the wax out, and then you melt bronze and you pour it into the void where the wax once was in the investment. I will be having a solo show in April of 2022 and at the Dutoit Gallery, but I may be participating in other shows. I just don't have any plans at this time.
My background is I'm a graphic designer and I do marketing for a Department of Defense contractor, and I've spent over 25 years working with scientists and engineers. Right now I'm supporting a bunch of IT folks, so that's my background for that. In the evenings and weekends I paint as much as possible. It's my passion, and I grew up in Springfield, Ohio, been over here in the Dayton area a few decades. Painting is my passion. For this show, I brought a nice grouping of my Connections series. And with Connections, if you notice, there's a lot of lines in it. And how I made this was, I took the approach that each line can represent one person, but then when the next line touches, it shows how we're all intertwined across the Miami Valley. You can be in different suburbs, you can be downtown, our bridges and roads connect everyone. And as an individual, you're fine, you're strong, you're one person, but we are stronger as we come together in the community. So that's why there's a lot of lines in these, and I call it my Connection series. And the painting gets stronger with the addition of lines, connecting the different fields of colors. Each painting here has a title after a song or a lyric from a song that I really enjoy listening to. I have a wide variety of music I listen to. I love disco. Most people are shocked by that, but I love disco. And I love 70s music. Michael Jackson's one of my favorites, his entire career. And so some of the titles in these paintings, like Tiny Dancer by Elton John, I Want to Dance with Somebody by Whitney Houston. You can see like I have a lot of musical influence growing up that I still listen to. Where people can see my work, I show across the region. I'm a member, an artist member and a board member of Dayton Society of Artists. So I show in some of their member shows and some of their other shows. I've shown here before, back in the fall. I just got notification yesterday that I'm accepted into a show in the Short North Arts District in Columbus coming up next month. And I have a website, MikeeHuber.com, and I'm also on Instagram and Facebook as Mikee Huber Artist. My latest recognition was through the Art Design Consultants, ADC, down in Cincinnati, and I received their Emerging Artist of the Year award for 2020. And I don't know, I was very honored and surprised by that. And as a special treat, I brought an example from my newest series, Catalyst. Catalysts are open-minded social types whose experiences and environments flow into their consciousness and imagination, always working, always changing. I attempt to capture this movement and change in the Catalyst series by scraping, adding, and subtracting layers of paints and inks. Each layer and color is integral to the completed piece. So if you look at the paintings, you may see a melody of acrylic inks and paints that dance across the canvas. I named them Catalyst because one of the tools I use is called Catalyst. It's a silicone tool, but I use multiple tools when I work on those. I do not use a paintbrush on those, on the Catalyst series. And I really like the word catalyst because it came about after learning that the COVID vaccine was available. And I felt it was as if a cloud had been lifted and there was hope. So it was a catalyst as in, it was just a special event that there's a vaccine available and we could hopefully get back to normal.